Are we on?
We are. Hello. Hello.
This is our 10th broadcast? Wow.
Well, that includes a couple that I did.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, I didn't think we'd done this 10 times.
No.
But
Yeah.
maybe.
So I am Tim Scheib with Century 21.
And I'm Rachel Scheib, Tim's wife and another real estate agent.
And this is...
This is Dwight. He's going to join our broadcast tonight.
So tonight we're going to talk about the elephant in the room, I guess you can say. In our market, we are having a lot of multiple offer situations, and it's very difficult, especially for us, to manage everybody's emotions on that. So we're going to talk a little bit about that tonight. So
Yes.
Please ask questions. We like questions. So first thing we do here is...
We started this, 2 times ago? Where we ask each other a question and we have to kind of figure out what the answer is.
So we start on this side. So the question is going to be about the other person, and whoever reads the question has to say what the other person is thinking.
Or how they
would answer the question. All right.
Okay, so I'll go first, and this is about Tim. The question is, how would you like to spend your elder years? I think the answer is selling
Alive.
real estate. No. Selling real estate, probably.
Probably.
I don't think you'll ever quit. I don't think he has it in him to quit
I don't
selling
know.
real estate. I don't know. I think you'd probably retire for 1 year, maybe 6 months, and then you'd say,
Yeah,
"All right,
and someone would call me and be like, "Hey, you still selling real estate?" And I'd be like, "Yeah."
Yeah, yeah. I'll come out of retirement.
And Rachel would be in the back. No, he isn't.
That's not how I'm going to sound when I'm retired,
How do you
or
know?
ever. I'll make sure I don't.
Okay.
So that was kind of a.
Yeah.
I think it's true, though. Am I right?
Probably.
I know. I'm good.
I'll always dabble.
Yes, you will.
All right. So the question I have here is, what kind of business would you love to start? Well, I know what her passion is, her passion beyond real estate. She would probably want to start camps for obese children.
Maybe.
Maybe?
Mm-hmm.
So that means no. I was
That's
totally
what I
wrong.
studied in grad school. That was what that was my thesis, was on childhood obesity. So that's where he's getting that from. And that is what I wanted to do. But then I realized that it's more so about the parents, not the children. So hence why I got into personal training and working with adults and all that kind of stuff. And long story short, here I am. So.
Yes.
So maybe. That's a maybe.
So now she's a real estate counselor.
Yes, I am.
Rachel's very good at counseling people, so that's her expertise, in my opinion.
That's very sweet of you. That just means I'm a good listener.
Hey, I need someone to counsel me all the time.
And I offer sound advice.
Yes.
So I try.
She
Anyway.
does. All right.
Done with that.
Done with that. So, all right. So let's talk a little bit about what's happening in our market. Mm-hmm. In the last week, how many multiple offer deals have we been involved in?
A lot.
1, 2, 3, 4. At least 4,
I'm doing one right now.
which is number 4.
I'm watching my phone actually to see if we get a counter back. Hopefully we get a counter back and we can, hopefully we're going to get good news. But it's frustrating to be a buyer. This isn't about you. This is about buyers.
Well, it is a little bit about sellers because they have a lot to consider when an offer comes in. So let's say there is multiple offers that come in and the seller has 10 showings lined up and they really don't want to keep cleaning their house. They've got a little kid. They don't want to leave their house with the little kid. Seller gets a full price offer. They might accept that offer without seeing any other offers. Mm-hmm. What are the reasons for that?
Well, number one is appraisal. Usually a seller will price their house where they can make some money, but also where they still think it's safe that a bank's appraiser will appraise it for the buyer. So if you get an overprice, if someone offers you above asking price, then you always run that risk that it might not appraise, and then you have to come back down anyway. So yeah,
so why go for an offer that's 10 grand over list if it's not going to appraise? Now, if it's 10 grand over list and they're willing to pay cash, then we don't have to worry about the appraisal. But
Usually we don't price things
the homes,
to where
right?
it
Well,
would
the
be
homes that are getting multiple offers aren't as, they're mostly the first time home buyers, and you're not getting as many cash offers on first time home buyers. So that's one reason. Another reason is, they just want to be done with it. Or let's say they have a house picked out that they want and they're scared that that house is going to go away. So we're going to take that offer today instead of saying, hey, let's wait until tomorrow at noon to take, 5 different offers. When we know that what she said, the appraisal is going to be high, or they're going to need a high appraisal, and it may not appraise out anyway. So let's just get it done. Let's move on. Let's get our house, and let's forget about it and keep going. So now what happens there? You'll have many upset buyers, and oftentimes the agents are also upset because they're working hard for their clients. Finally found one. They're on their way. Boom, they get the phone call. It's sold.
Yeah.
And that's tough too. So
It's tough to be on the sell side and the buy side because you are working your tail off. But I always just tell my clients that in this market that could happen, and you just don't get your hopes up about anything until it's yours, till it's yours. So
yep.
someone said, I think you need to have an auction.
Well, yeah, and an auction could have the same situation. So how is an auction going to work when we've got people bidding higher and the appraisal doesn't come in anyway? So
Right.
Auctions could work, and they do work. Many people do them, and that actually is David Whitaker, and he's an auctioneer. So we're going to toss that one out. Sorry, Dave.
I thought that name sounded familiar. I was like, who? I know I should know that, but I didn't.
Yeah, so you're quite like our phones are a little ways away here, so it's hard for us to read that far.
Yeah,
but
if we're going like this, it's not because we're old. It's because our
We-
phones are. Well, one of us isn't old.
knew that was coming.
I'm just saying.
Dwight's probably the oldest.
I don't know how old Rainn Wilson is, but
Dwight.
I'll have to look it up. It's really Rainn Wilson.
It's Dwight.
Okay, whatever.
See, he's even shaking his head.
Anyway, back to the topic. So we talked about the sell side. Let's talk about the buy side, which is probably the more infuriating
Yes.
multiple offer situation.
So we've had listings recently that have been pretty popular and had multiple people call us and, trying their hardest. I've had buyers calling us, even though they have an agent, they don't want to wait. They're like, we need to get on it, need to get on it, need to get on it. And we say, yes, it's available. Agent sets up the appointment, offer gets accepted. Sorry, it's not available. And people are mad and upset. And we hope that no one's upset at us, but as an agent, I know people are going to be mad at us, thinking just, it's human instinct to say, you did something slimy, or you didn't give us a chance. Why didn't you give us a chance? Well, again, it's up to the sellers to decide what they want to do. So it's tough, and right now in our market, we have so few homes in that $100,000 to $250,000 price range that it is a rat race to get to them. And
So, as a buyer, if you're going into a house that may, thank you, Dora, Rainn Wilson's 51, you were right. He is the oldest one in the room. Dwight, poor Dwight. If you're a buyer and you're going into a house that may be a potential multiple offer situation, it's first of all important not to get hooked on any house in this market. If you like it, that's great, but don't get too excited about it until it's yours. And depending on your agent representing you, or if we represent you, we always ask, are there other offers on the table currently? Because that will dictate how you come in. If you know there's other offers on the table, then you might want to come in higher. If there aren't, then you can kind of come in a little lower and just play the table a little bit and see what you can get. But
one really scary thing about it, a lot, like when you're out looking for homes and say there's only 3 available and you're getting to the first one and you like it, for us as agents, I know we're not dying for a deal, so we're not going to force you or push you to buy a home unless we know that, hey, I see the light in your eye, you like this home. If you do, we should probably get something on paper now, because if we don't, it may go away.
yeah, and if you like it, then there's probably 10 other buyers that have either looked at it online and like it, or have visited it and also like it, and are probably going to write an offer on it as well. So once the other agent, the listing agent, lets us know that it is a multiple offer situation and you need your highest and best, then it just becomes you offering what you're comfortable with, to where if the other person or other parties have a better offer than you, you can walk away without feeling bad that you didn't get
You
the
put your
house.
best foot forward.
Yes. And that's tough because, you know, you can offer full price and have no warranty, no closing costs and all that kind of stuff. But it's frustrating as a buyer to have to just pay full price and you don't get a deal or anything. But that's just the way the market is right now, unfortunately. So we have a question
What is the forecast on the market?
for the near future. How long will this market continue to be the way it is now?
Well, so to give you a quick example, we just went under 2,900 listings in the market. And I pulled markets on all the cities surrounding Des Moines, and it seems like there's 75. Okay, so let's say there's 100 listings in about every market around Des Moines. 100 active listings, there's about 75 homes that are pending as well.
Yeah.
So it's a very aggressive market, and
It could crash, you know, it could slow down in 6 months. It could slow down in a year or two. I've been saying for the last probably 3 or 4 years, 2019 is probably going to slow down. I don't think we're going to hit a drastic change. And if we look at the numbers, since we're less than half of what we normally are as far as inventory, I can't see us climbing out of that low inventory for quite a while. I mean, we're going to have a drastic number of homes come on the market and a slowdown in purchases. And even though we're really short on listings, we're actually up from previous year because more are selling. So, I mean, things are really, really strong still, and I still think we have a couple years left in us, but time will tell.
Hopefully, you know, usually the busy time of the year is the springtime, April, May. So hopefully there will be some more inventory and people listing their houses. I think both of us have seen a huge increase in people wanting to sell their houses and get them on the market now. So we are seeing it. I'm sure other agents are seeing that too. So the problem is they just sell in a day, and sometimes, you know, depending on the house and depending on our marketing, which is what we try to pride ourselves on, it can be quicker. So.
Yep. So another thing that happened, or sorry, Rachel got a text about her offer, so
I know.
Face.
Oh.
Squirrel.
Yeah.
So, what are some tips that we can give you on a multiple offer?
Number one, don't get excited. You need to remain objective if that's even possible in this market, to just remain objective. Try to take your emotions out of it, and just try to approach it as a business person.
Yep. We still want you to be excited because
Yes.
buying a home is something that's it's an emotional thing. It's a fun thing. It's, you know, something you'll always remember. So we want you to be excited, but it's just, you can't get too frustrated, too disappointed. Now, another thing, when you're writing the offer, many agents use letters. You can write a letter as to, you know, what you guys, you know, you're a young couple, just got married, looking to have a family, that type of thing. Sometimes that sets in. Most of the time, people are concerned about dollars and cents because that's what it's all about. But you can strike a chord with people, and if you're really, really close on offers, they might say, "Hey, let's go with this younger couple," you know, whatever the case may be.
Another thing is close date. So if you're currently renting and you're flexible with when you can close in 45 days or 60 days, or you can even go out as far as 2 or 3 months. I mean,
Whatever you need
months
to
and
do,
6 months. Yeah. But if you can be flexible with that, that gives the seller time to go find something for themselves, which right now is difficult to do. So if you can be flexible and say, hey, you know, if you need time to go find a house, we got that. We can afford you some time. So that makes a huge difference. And some of our sellers don't know what they're going to do. They just know they want to move, but yet they don't know where they're going yet. So that can be very helpful. What else? What about price?
Yeah, price, you know, that goes down to, every time I get in multiple offers with my buyers, I say, come up with a number that you feel most comfortable with, that if they go with the other offer, you're not upset. You know, and we already talked about that. So.
And we also say, if you really want the house, let us know, because we'll tell you how to hopefully put your offer and make it just a little bit better. And those are secrets that we don't want to share.
And I would say the number one piece of advice is don't get into a multiple offer.
That's a That's good. It's just hard to do right now.
One of the things that we've specialized in is being able to find homes for clients that maybe aren't even listed yet, and we will definitely keep those secrets to ourselves. But you know, that if you can get into that situation where you can offer somebody something that they, you know, it meets their needs, the seller's needs, and they don't have to clean their house and they don't have to get it ready to be listed. I mean, it works out for everybody. Plus the timing, it's loose because you're not worried about someone
Yes.
coming in with another offer because it's not on the market, you know. So that's something that you know, Facebook page started it for me about 5 years ago, finding homes for people that weren't listed. And you know, there's other methods that I've had to adapt because other agents have done it to the point now where not many people pay attention to it anymore. But there's other methods that we've used to find homes for clients that may not be on the market yet. Sold one today that way. So that's just something we do.
We try.
We try. But you know what? That makes other agents upset too because how did you sell that house? Why didn't we get a shot at it? Why didn't my buyers get a shot at it?
But they're doing the same thing too. You know, if they have a
Everybody is.
listing, it's just kind of the way it goes, and it's just what you have and what you don't have. So
Yep.
we as agents try not to get too upset about things and just remain objective as well and see both sides to everything.
Yep.
So
We'll find one. We'll find a house. We'll figure it
yep,
out.
just we'll find it when it's meant to happen. It'll happen.
Yep.
So just like life, I guess. That was really deep.
Oh.
It was a deep for a Thursday night at 9:20. But
it is 9:20.
It's 9:20.
Yep.
This
so,
is like the worst time to do a Facebook Live because this is like getting close to my bedtime.
Yeah, long.
I'm
day.
sure all of you are in bed watching us talk about real estate right now. It's okay. You can admit it.
Does anybody's their hands go numb when they're laying in bed on their phones?
Mine. I do.
Rachel's always like, Anyway.
I'm doing really important stuff though. I'm reading very intellectual things. So
And I'm trying to come up with a good Instagram post.
yeah, exactly. That's not even lying. That's true.
Of course it is. Mm-hmm. Work until you go to bed and work when you wake up, right?
Or just, you know, go on Pinterest, look at cute decorating ideas,
That works.
read
too.
about parenting articles. How
As-
do you discipline your toddler?
long as the
How do you
Pinterest-
get your 7-month-old to go to sleep? And he take a bottle.
Tell 'em
How
to
do you
go to
think?
bed.
How do you think I got her to take a bottle? It wasn't Pinterest, but
Yeah, no.
at least I felt good because there are other mothers that had the same problem I did.
The
so.
queen of internet research.
I just like to research. I like to learn.
And I just go and I just do.
Yes,
So
that's why we make a good pair. You go and I research. So
that's funny. Or in the case when you drop your phone on your face.
have you ever done that?
You know, I think I've definitely dropped it at least on my chin. I don't know if I've hit.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never witnessed it.
Well, now that I've got a bigger phone, it's even harder to mess with one hand. So the
yeah.
7 Plus.
Yeah, big phones are hard.
We are so rambling right now.
I know.
So
Yep.
we are gonna
If
let-
you're still watching, then thank you.
yeah, thank you. But we're gonna let you guys all go to bed. We'll come back with another topic here in a few days. If you want to comment below any questions you have, we'll try and get back to you. And if
If you
want,
have future topic ideas, let
That's-
us know because we're always looking for good ideas. So
I was gonna say that.
I'm sorry, I took your idea too.
And then you took the mic from me. Dang it. All right. Well, you guys all have a good night, and we will be back soon enough.
Bye.
Bye.